feel Mike looks that big on the screen. I feel like I'm sitting right next to him because he's so close to it.
Yeah, but because my video, maybe I can flip this around so I can see what distance to hold myself at. Can I do this? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, turned it around.
I'd laugh if Pornhub or something was on that laptop.
Did you see the boy, the goalkeeper, Closer got rumbled on his Instagram story. He shared a photo of his screen, and on one tab it was this really nice artful cartoon, and on the next tab you could just see it had Pornhub.
Good lad.
Pornhub's probably been completed at this point, man.
Several times.
Yeah. The amount of folks just ripping the heat off it must be ridiculous. I want to see what they're like if they release their coronavirus like traffic. You know, they sometimes do like their most searched. Imagine they just show us like how many people have visited their site in the last 3 weeks.
Not me. I wasn't on there at all.
Even
moving on
looks
swiftly.
That's tough. Damn.
What are you doing, Mike?
I'm trying to get this all sorted out here. I'm trying to get myself on the top of these.
You were fine when you when you went on to 4G last week. You were fine on your other one, on your laptop.
Yeah, I'll leave it like this. It's fine.
What happened? Where's your the thing that you got your daughters that you like hook over your head and it's got the phone in front of you?
Oh, I broke that.
Was everyone drinking tonight?
A little bit.
Cheers, lads. Cheers.
American Pale Ale boy.
Is that a Brewdog?
Aldi. It's similar to Aldi's in a Brewdog, yeah. Connie thinks I have a drinking problem now. She could be right. I don't know. Maybe she...
I've stopped trying to stop. I'm not drinking unless it's a Friday or a Saturday now. Because it was just getting far too easy to just sit down with a couple of tins of lager.
I know. Nah, I do it like every other night. I did have a little wine last night, so I'm kind of lying right now. But I try and go every other night, just a beer. Or
getting out for your government mandated exercise.
We were just out with the dogs. We just walked like basically all around Medvin, like in these fields everywhere. It was crazy. We seen like this field of it's like 100, no, probably like 200 yards, 2 football fields. It was just covered with birds. Scariest thing.
Like, is there much of a police presence in Medvin?
There's not much of anything in Medvin, but certainly no, there's not a lot of police at all.
So it does look good. You could probably go out as much as you wanted in Medvin.
Yeah, it was funny. It's funny you say that because Connie on the way in, she was just talking about, just so we don't kind of bother the neighbors. Like maybe on the weekends, I'll ride the bike on the Saturday, and then you take the dogs, and then we can flip on the Sunday. And I was like, no one gives a shit about us. We can do whatever we want. We can ride the bike with the dogs and walk the dogs at the same time. Nobody would care.
We've started setting a timer when we go for our walks just in case we get stopped because someone Megan works with in another place down south said she got stopped for the police because she was out coming out the supermarket. She was walking home and they're like, what are you doing? And she was like, I was getting some shopping, and she had to get a receipt out from the shop that she'd just been on to prove she'd been where she said she'd been. But all she'd bought was 4 bottles of wine, so she got slapped with a 30 quid fine on the spot.
Sick.
Oh.
Because it was non-essential.
Wow. Well, I guess.
It got me paranoid, man. I had to go and buy baccy, so I had to come up with a list of shit that I needed, just in case.
You want a couple of cigarettes, and now you got to spend £50. You got to buy a whole roast, and you're like, fuck, what am I going to do?
I got a big bar of chocolate. It was actually quite good. We are settling and you just scalping wee morts on FIFA, son, aye?
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of hate mail this week. I've been getting some pretty nasty messages and that online, So
that's terrible. Share with our audience what you got.
Well, it started. I beat a guy, and he's like, "You're a lucky bastard," and I was like, "Well, not really, mate. Like, I absolutely slapped you about the whole game." And then he's like, "Actually," he messaged me back, and he goes, "GG, like good game." So GG. To be fair, mate, you're a great player. And I was like, "Oh, that's nice." The next guy is smashed up 6-0 in the weekend league. Got a message from him saying, "I hope you die of corona." So I just kind of been sitting there thinking to myself, well, you know, time of need. You know, the whole world hopefully we come together. Last week I was bigging up games and how great it was. People are online and playing games, and it's just even more toxic than ever, even more sweaty than ever. So yeah, that's been my week. Honestly, terrible. I hope you die of corona. What a horrible head of a message somebody had.
Can you imagine being that upset that you got beat that you had to message somebody? Like, that's terrible.
I know.
I've wanted to, but I've never done it. I've never gotten to that point.
I bet you have, Mike. Yeah.
Nah, maybe like when you were able to first play Madden online, I maybe would have sent out a few dirty messages, but nah, not recently.
A few dirty messages.
I sent loads of my time, man. Honestly, the amount of weekend league games that over the year, you lose the last minute goal and you lose your head. But see, now I don't do it, but I understand why folk do it because I used to do it. So
is that because you're a Patrick Vieira podcast and you're much more zen?
Can I just say, Jordan, actually earlier on tonight, we opened a wee pack and we got inside of it Icon Moments, Henrik Larsson. I thought you'd enjoy that. He's completely fucking unusable. Middle icon. I was like, oh, Jordan will like that, but he's just going to rot in my club.
King. Oh, the king.
Yeah. What was that, Michael? So I will come to Mervyn and slap you full of coronavirus if you insult Henrik Larsson one more time.
I will call the police.
Do it. Who are they going to believe?
Yeah, you're right.
Andy Mac, I wish I had me a beer.
Wait, I'm sat in the lab. I'm sat in the lab this week, so like you see, like I've got the keys and that there. See that? Just need to fucking bash out a wee tune in the middle of the podcast.
So if you really run out of ideas, what to try and do is like a super cut of us talking just over tunes.
Oh God, maybe if I've got time. If it gets that bad and we're locked down for any more length of time, I'm going to be struggling for things to come up with. So that might well be on the list.
Right, soon will we jump into it? Will we get into this next lockdown episode? I'm going to put this pen away for a click at the whole time. Will we get rolling? I know we're rolling, but
let's get rolling.
It always feels weird now that I can actually see my face while I'm doing this.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen. What? You keep going off again, Mike. What the fuck is up with your internet?
Oh, is it not working again?
No, you just went really quiet for a second there.
Oh, because I stopped talking because you started going into your intro.
Spiel.
Your spiel.
My spiel. Well, I'll do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another lockdown episode of Monkey Sword Fight with me, your host Jordan Patrick, and my co-host Nippity Doodah, nicest beard in the game, the Big Nip, Cons man,
Dirty Mike, and watched that movie today actually.
Did you? And the METHVEN man,
live from Med,
also known as Words with Dots.
With dots. Fall in love with the process, and the results will follow. Oh, I can see Andy's face. He's disappointed. Oh my God!
Oh, he's had an absolute howler.
I got another one because Andy sent me today. Andy, friend of the show. So his was a bad attitude is like a flat tire. You can't go anywhere till you change it. So he wrote hashtag WWQ World with Dots. And then I wrote, I'll use it. And then he wrote, I knew you would be lame enough for you to use. Scumbag.
Just lured you in there.
He did.
And you also heard us talking to, or you can see us, he's already here. There's no point in doing this introduction like normal, but the Pershard Pirlo, the Patrick Vieira of podcasting, it's your old Andy Mac on the ones and twos.
What's happening?
What's happening? How we doing, boys? 2 weeks
Good,
in, week and a bit in.
Yeah.
Settling into the routine?
A little bit, yeah. It's funny you say routine. You know how they say it takes, 18 days or 21 days for a routine to actually become a routine?
Mm-hmm. I think
that.
Yeah, time has no meaning in the quarantine zone.
I know.
It's absolute mad. So what was it Megan said to me the other day? See, if you think about it, the Super Bowl was just only about a month ago. Or just over a month, 2 months ago. That seems like years ago. How was it all with you, Andy? How's the lockdown treating you, pal?
Good. Just working
Enjoying
away.
yourself?
Yeah, lots of people like wanting to reach out and collab. Got a new beat tape on the way. I'll make all that stuff free to like license, free to use. So while people are locked down, if they're just needing beats and that, they want to just record over, write to, do whatever they want to. So kind of jumping on that bandwagon a bit by here's some free stuff because everyone's in lockdown, but might as well. Loads of labs going. I played a lot of computer games this week, I'm not going to lie. But on the plus side, I think my screen time, surprisingly, is probably down on like YouTube and internet and all that kind of stuff. Like, I haven't looked at like Facebook or any of that stuff in days because I've just been doing other things. I'm not using it as a time filler in between like chores and all sorts of, shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I've had a good week, man. It's been cool. Going a little bit stir crazy now. You kind of want to do something. Golfing season's just started. It's the 1st of April. Can't go out and play golf, can we? So
we'll get yourself a Wii, mate, and get Tiger Woods.
I used to just love Wii golf, man. Wii bowling.
Oh. A wee bit of Wii bowling, how?
Love a bit of Wii bowling. After
your review of the Call of Duty game, I went out and I got a hard drive on the way. It should be coming tomorrow, or I'm gonna download that bad boy because I watched a couple of videos online. I was like, oh yeah, this is right on my alley. I need to shoot 'em up game, so I'm gonna be diving into that.
Can I just quick touch on one thing with the Call of Duty? It's actually been annoying me this week because it's got skill-based matchmaking in it. So the higher your skill gets, the more you're matched against other people of your skill rating, right? You think in practicality that's a good thing, but actually it just means that every lobby is really try-hard, really sweaty. You're not getting to play against sort of really good players and then casual. It's like everybody's like at your skill level, which you would think would be all right, but it actually makes the game really horrendous as you progress on and that kind of thing. So I'm kind of not falling out of love with it a bit, but certainly I've played it a lot less this week. Just it's getting tough, man.
We've been diving. Sorry. Okay. No, I was going to say we dove right into Grand Theft Auto 5. I was like free on the Xbox Game Pass. So that's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Game Pass, is that so that means that you don't have to download the games, you just can play them online?
No, so you pay like your monthly subscription and then you download them to your console. So that's why we bought the hard drive. So there's like rakes of ones that are free and then there's other ones that are cheaper than if you would buy them. Like, so if you got Doom, it's like, I think it's like 25 quid as opposed to the like 50 it'll probably be in shops.
So does that mean that if you cancel your subscription that you can't play that game anymore though?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, we'll do that now. But passes the time. Cool. I've not got the new FIFA, but I'm like 3 seasons deep into fucking FIFA 18 because it's the only one I've got lying about. It's been good times.
If there's any Football Manager fans out there, they've had Football Manager 2020 free for I think about a week and a half now, and you can still get it free on platforms like Steam, generally, which is your main platform for downloading that stuff. So you can get it all free there. So just another one to check out. But yeah, it's good to see all these companies giving away free shit for a change. They're always rinsing us down in promos and DLC and all this fucking crap. Like, it's nice to actually get something back for free or at a heavily discounted price for once.
Well, I was saying that the Game Pass was down from 12 quid to like £1. It's madness.
Tell me if it's the same thing with Xbox. This is why I was there. So the first reason I went to download that game was because you recommended it. But then when I went to go download it, I didn't have enough room on the hard drive located within the PS4. So I was like, oh, let me clear some shit off. Like, cleared off some of the stuff my daughters use. It was a game that Connie bought that she doesn't really play, so I cleared some of that shit off. And then I had enough space for the game, but it was still telling me that I couldn't download it. Do you ever get anything like that?
Not sure. I don't know what would cause that. I mean, if you've deleted all the stuff off the hard drive, then you should have enough space. But these Call of Duty games, I mean, that was 100 and something gig, and then it had a 20 gig update like later in the week. Like,
oh, you know what? That's probably what it's clearing for. So I probably have enough for the game, but if there's maybe an initial update or something that they don't bolt on straight away or bolt on within that initial download.
I think the initial download was like 100 meg, and then it was I think 19 gig for an update, and that was about 4 days after I got it. So that might be the case.
Jesus. Anything else we've been up to? lads, in these fucking weird ass days that we live in right now.
But once we are able to get out, we all need to take a trip down to the Inch, and we need to go to Stevie Mack's skate school.
Yes, sir.
Dude, spring is here. Is it? Are we officially in spring?
I think we are.
Yeah.
Like that's another annoying thing about this is the nice weather.
Crazy nice weather. Hopefully, once we get off of lockdown, which is looking like June. Oh, excuse me. It's looking like June. We need to get down to the Inch. We need to go to Stevie Mack's skate school. Hopefully, all the kids and everybody will be weaned off their Xboxes by at some point after this. And they'll get down there, hang out with Stevie Mack for a little while. His classes are full of fun, and they're super exciting, and they're perfect for kids who aren't stuff like football or rugby. So to make the deal even sweeter, Stevie Mack will be donating the proceeds of his skate school to SkatePal, which is a nonprofit organization for communities throughout Palestine. So, once we get off a lockdown, because anyone going outside, or you can even speak to him now. You can send him a message at Stevie Mack.
Oh, he loves a chat, does Stevie Mack.
He'll tell you all about it, and then he'll get you signed up for when the school starts up again, when we're allowed out to play. But Stevie Mack Skate on Facebook.
Yeah, I'll do.
Jordan, move your mic down from your nose a wee bit down towards.
Is that better?
You breathing like you're. Speaking of heavy breathing, did you guys watch The Sopranos?
Yes.
No, never seen it.
We should have knew that James Gandolfini was gonna die of a heart attack by season 2 of that show. That man, his breathing is horrendous from season 2 going forward, especially when he's eating too. It's so bad. It was in the cards. We should have known.
I wonder what the percentage of Italians is, because like they live on like there's such a rich food diet as well.
Italian food's good, man.
A lot of meat and a lot of pasta. It is
a lot
fucking
of
great.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I was listening to a podcast yesterday about Italy and how all the coronavirus stuff got so bad there, and they were saying how the north of Italy is like Milan and all the places that you would probably go to for tourist destinations.
Yeah.
And they closed the north of Italy first, and then everyone was like, "Oh, fuck that!" And then they all went down south. Meanwhile, they probably brought the virus down south with them. And the south of Italy is,
oh shit,
possibly, yeah.
It's kind of like a beach town. It's very laid back and it's very family oriented and stuff like that. So they brought all that shit down there and just probably wiped out most of the people. So
I did read quite a positive stat today. It was done by one of the medical institutes down south, and it was like before lockdown, an infected person was likely to infect 2.6 people, but after lockdown, it's something like 0.6 now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
so
good.
it's slowing up, but we've got to think positively. I've decided to be annoyingly positive this whole time, just to fend off the impending despair.
What is good?
Sorry, man.
Oh, it is good. I got a package today. Well, my boss asked me for my address last week, and then I got a package today from him. He sent out to his entire team, sent over some chocolates to everybody. Just a thank you for working through all this nonsense for the last couple of weeks. And I was like, oh man, that's just fucking awesome.
Good guy. My boss is going on holiday for a week.
Really? Oh, he's not going anywhere.
It's a shame, man. He was back saying that. I will talk about him later, but he actually just released his first album the other day. We'll talk about and watching and listening to.
Well, I was going to ask that too. I had, because my parents were supposed to be coming over, well, tomorrow their flight would have been landing. So I had taken the Friday off, so the third off. Do you think it's pointless to have a holiday during this time, or should you still take some of the holidays? Like, should you have the holidays planned that you're going to keep?
Yeah, well, the thing is, I've got the week. Well, once the wee man gets out of quarantine with his mom, I'll have him the week, what was meant to be the second week of the Easter holidays, because this was meant to be the last week of school, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll have him in a couple of weeks for a week anyway. But I don't know, because that was the first day that I really struggled with all this was the first Saturday. Was last Saturday, because I didn't have to get up for work, so I didn't end up exercising. I'd had a few drinks the night before, so kind of felt proper like, what the fuck is going on? Every other day, like, managed quite a decent, strict routine. So I don't know, man. It depends. If you have to try and find things for yourself to do, you can't just have a sort of day do nothing if you've been doing it for a few days in a row?
Well, I have the hard drive coming this week, so I'm gonna be kicking the shit out of some. I'm gonna get some filthy messages from people on Call of Duty if I. But I'm just trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid getting that hard drive and then taking that Friday off, and then Connie coming home from work at 5:00, and I'm shirtless with Doritos stuck in my chest hair, and I'm like 6 beers in, and I'm swearing at some French guy or some French 14-year-old who's just killed me 19 times in a row. That's what I'm trying to avoid.
The French are always laggy as fuck. I always get killed by people, man. Laggy fucking connections, man. Sort your internet out, France. I'm sick of it. Same on FIFA. Fucking bunch of laggy bastards, honestly.
So have you got like a set quarantine routine on the go that you've been following since on this lockdown, or
Go to bed when I want, get up when I want. Fucking great. Loving it.
I want to be eating active.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I do. I have to. That was one of the things that the place that shall not be named kind of not pushed on us, but suggested heavily to get good routine. So my routine is I get up probably around. I set my alarm for 7. I'm a snooze guy now, as much as that fucking pains me to admit it. So I get up probably around 7:30 now. I'll go down, I'll get my coffee, and then I'll watch my guy Piers Morgan. Watch him just fucking complain for about an hour. Not an hour. Watch for a little bit. I'll go up, back upstairs. I'll have a shower, get dressed, and I'll be down and sitting at my laptop for probably around 8:00. I'll kind of have a nose through the emails first, but there's a guy who works at the place that shall not be named that does a meditation session. You may actually want to jump on this, Jordan.
I'm all right.
He does the meditation session from 8:20 to 8:30. So I go through the emails a bit. I probably get a little stressed out from what I see. Then 8:20 to 8:30, do the meditation session. And then at 8:30, boom, start the day off.
I'd miss it, man. I didn't get up till 8:25.
Fair play, I guess. Like, I'm off work at the moment, so I've got 2 weeks on holiday, so maybe it's a wee bit different for me this next couple of weeks, but I guess you guys have still got to be up for work and that. That's why you've got this routine. I'm sitting there going, 7:00 you're getting up. What's wrong with you, mate?
That's easily, man. Try to keep as normal a sleep routine as possible. And I've actually exercised more on lockdown than I did when I was out. I think in the last 14 days, I think I've maybe skipped 2 days. And that was last Saturday, Sunday.
Can I talk about one thing I've noticed on this lockdown that's been slightly abnormal from the daily routine? And it's a bit of a stupid one, but it's how many fucking dishes and plates and cups I go through on a daily fucking basis. I don't have a dishwasher in my house. I'm quite happy washing dishes now, but now with the lockdown, I'm like, where are all these plates coming from? Other people like coming to my house, eating their brekkie and a couple cups of tea, and then fucking off again. And I'm lying in my pit. I don't know about it. What's going on?
Mate, honestly, my dishwasher's
on so much cutlery.
My dishwasher's on once and then full by the end of the night as well. Like done and emptied and then refilled.
It's absolutely mental, man.
How many cups of tea I've started drinking has been ridiculous as well.
Connie pulled me aside about a week and a half ago, and she was saying, "Let's stick to 1 mug and 1 cup." I was like, "Yeah, I agree. Less dishes."
It's madness. Absolute madness. The amount of cups of tea I've started drinking have been exponentially increased in the last 10 days.
Oh, it's got to the point where I've been drinking cups of coffee out of protein shake, fucking like those things, like 700.
Are you on the coffee full time now, Andy?
Yeah, man, I'm back on the coffee.
Oh shit!
Not back on the coffees, but I'm on them now. Yeah.
You're balls deep in the coffees.
Yeah, yes. Off the energy drinks, on the coffees, man.
Good stuff, mate. How'd you take it? How'd you take it?
I don't take it, I give it.
I give myself a coffee.
I give myself a coffee.
Episode title. Right.
What was the episode title?
I give myself a coffee.
So yeah, I'm quite getting into it. I see where you guys are coming from. It's just like I say, it's getting myself off the energy drinks. And obviously, being in lockdown, you don't just go to the shop every morning like you normally would on your normal routine. So it's like I'm just drinking some coffee and I'm kind of enjoying it. It's all right.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Have you done any sort of exercise, Andy? Have you been out for your daily walk, or are you still just
mental exercise, mate? That's what I've given myself.
Mike's muted himself so he can eat.
Which is just yes, but which is just as important, by the way. Mental exercise, you need to.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't feel down or anxious or like cooped up and like pure going like mad. I'm like I'm all good, man. Like
I'm genuinely surprised. Like, I think my mom's phoned me every other day to check on me because usually I hate being stuck indoors. But I feel absolutely fine these last sort of 10 days. I had 1 or 2 days where it's just a bit like, fuck. But like other than that, I managed to keep a decent routine. Like we've been absolutely pummeling into the fucking US office as well. Never watched it before, but we're literally on. Yeah, I'd never seen it before, but we've actually powered through an absolute shit rake of it.
Want to go to watch and listen to it right now?
Can do, yeah. What the fuck not? Keeping it sharp and snappy. What have you been watching or listening to this week?
Hang on, 1 second. 1 second. Let me see if this works. What have you been watching or listening to this week?
Hey!
Yes!
The producer of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
I haven't got a live mixing desk set up. I'm just like fannying about, like turning files on shit. But yeah, it might be all right.
See if I talk about playing FIFA, like my FIFA career, can like you play the sports theme tune as well, just so I can hear it. Not right now. We'll get to.
Oh, that's okay. I don't have that moving off at the moment. There's not a lot of sports going on.
Nah, but my Celtic team are currently on 2 in a row. So, is it actually happening?
I'll watch it.
No, me too. So watching a shit rake in the American Office just now. It's fucking. I don't know why it's taken me so long to get into it, but it's amazing. Like the cringe factor is unbelievable. I don't know, man. Because I think the UK Office only went for 2 seasons. You know what I mean?
Did it?
Yeah.
It was more.
Yeah. No, it was only 2 seasons. I'm sure it. Let me double check that.
And like 2 Christmas specials, something like that.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why I'm thinking that's a bit longer. Yeah. Okay.
But no, so I'll give that a 7.5 bananas. Really enjoyed it.
Is that on Netflix?
Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
So watching a lot of that. I'm trying to listen to my mate's new album, This Collision. He's just released his new album, which I've completely forgotten what it's called. It's got a really unique name, so I don't know what to fuck it up. Where the fuck is he? He's gone. So I'll listen to his new album. Good. It's like I don't know how it's probably, but it's not. It's kind of like a sort of alt punk type of tune. He's one guy. I work with him. So it goes by the band name of This Collision, and he just released his first feature-length album, The Decent and Injured. Very good, very good listen. Like for the fact is, he was produced himself in his room, really well done. So I'll give that a 6.5 bananas. Very good listen. Going to give it another listen later. What else? I feel like I've literally been watching so much. I've ordered like 3 books as well, so I'm going to be reviewing these books as we go forward. So that's me so far. What about Mike and his pizza?
So, did I talk about Tiger King last week?
No.
Oh, boys. Is
it madness?
It is. And this is, anytime someone asks me about it who hasn't seen it, I say it is single-handedly the most ridiculous and the most interesting thing that I've ever seen on TV. It is just absolute stupidness for it's like 7 episodes. It is so good. So it's about how, and first of all, it just says everything about America, that you can just own big cats, like you just own tigers and lions, and it's just hilarious that you can do that. But it's basically about this guy who has this big cat farm, or he has like a tourist park where people can go and they can take pictures with the cats. And there's this lady that tries to prevent people like him from doing that. And it just shows like basically his life story and their interactions and the reasons why they don't get along. I don't want to spoil it too much because eventually you will get to go watch this because it's that good. But I give it an 8. It is so interesting and just so chaotic, just from
Wow.
episode 1, episode 7 or 8, whatever it was, that it's really, really good.
It's definitely on the list.
Yeah, please check it out, and then we can talk about it in greater detail next week. Oh, excuse me.
Nice.
This American Pale Ale. Also, I got we're on the trial period for Disney Plus. Got a little Disney Plus action going on in the household.
Oh yeah.
Watched Lady and the Tramp the other day. Haven't seen that movie for years. Not gonna lie, almost brought a tear to my eye, but I manned up, realized I had chest hair, couldn't do it. It was really, really, really good. Like, so it was funny because somebody was saying like, "Oh yeah, you're really gonna like that movie." I was like, "Why the fuck would I like Lady and the Tramp?" And I watched it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's so good." But I give Lady and the Tramp, I give that an 8, and that was a really, really good movie. Can't wait to watch it with my girls when they were off lockdown. I'm trying to think of what else I've watched. Watched The Other Guys today. Dirty Mike and the Boys. That's a classic movie. Love that movie. Also Ozark season 3. Have you guys seen Ozarks?
No, but I've heard it's good.
Yeah, so it's about a guy. I think he's an accountant, but he's like a forensic accountant. Like, he knows the ins and outs and like of everything, basically, of accounting. And the guy that he works with is dealing with a Mexican cartel to try and launder their money. And then he dies, and it kind of gets passed on to this guy, Jason Bateman, to do it. And he's basically, his whole family gets involved. And the show is about how he launders the money for the hotel. Fascinating. This was really, really, really good season. I'll give this a 9.
Oh shit! Well, that's a big roll.
Please go check it out. Do yourself a favor.
Loads of fucking time.
And I think, yeah, I'm gonna get shit for this one. But also on Disney Plus, there was a Miley Cyrus movie we watched last night. Called like The Last Song. It was with her and who's Thor's brother? It's Liam. Is it Liam and Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, there's a third one as well that was in Westworld.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Liam's the one that Liam was like married to Miley Cyrus, I think.
That's it. Yeah, because this is what Connie was saying. This is the movie where they first met. It wasn't very good. I give that a 4. It wasn't really my speed. I was on my phone most of it. Also, another thing that I didn't think that I was gonna like that I did is a documentary on Netflix that about Taylor Swift. So.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
I don't really like Taylor Swift's cool. Like, I don't have any issues with her. I'm not really a big fan of her music, but she's all right. She's a hustler. She goes to thing, gets some money. And then I really like, and Andy, I hope you like the same thing. I like the creation of a song. So it shows her like looking at her phone. She's like, "Oh yeah, I made this melody," and then she brings that to the producer, and then to see them kind of piecing a song together just based off of a little. Like a voice note she put in her phone or a couple of words she put in her phone. I find that shit fascinating.
Yeah, so it's fascinating.
Together. And it didn't really seem to go anywhere, the documentary. Like, it was cool, and I know it kind of seemed like it was work for her. It was kind of like she wants to show a certain side of her, and that's fine. I understand you need to do that. So I'll give it a 6. It was still very interesting to watch her go to work and kind of throw Kanye West under the bus, but it didn't really seem to do anything. It was just kind of like, oh yeah, this is Taylor Swift, and now she wants to talk about politics, and here's her album coming out, and that was it. That was all I watched this week. What do you got,
Andy? What have I got this week? I listened to the new Conway the Machine album, Conway's album. It's more of an EP, to be honest. It's 7 tracks produced by Alchemist. Alchemist is fucking just
Alchemist.
He's just churning them out, man. I listened to it again specifically this morning while I had a wee cup of coffee, just to make sure it sunk in that before I scored it tonight. I'm only going to give it a 6.5. It's cool, but it wasn't that dope. It wasn't like anything that made me kind of sit there and be like, oh, wow, this is like some groundbreaking hip hop. And to me, it's very dark. It's not necessarily an easy listen, I would assume, for most people. So yeah, 6.5. Like, Conway's got like great bars, no mistake about it. Alchemist has got great production, but I expected more from the two of them collaborating together.
Fair enough.
That's it. I listened to a new Huss Kingpin mixtape, the Wave Riddler. Wave Riddler, it's like the Riddler from Batman. I'm going to give that a solid 6.5. It's only 5 tracks. There's a really good tune on there produced by Giallo Point. Can't remember what it's called, but it's the 3rd track. Yeah, really pretty dope track. Couple other songs on there. Out of the 5, I was a bit like, yeah, so, whatever. So 6.5 there. And I listened to this morning after Conway, I listened to an old album by a band called Institute. You remember a band called Bush? You know, Gavin Rossdale.
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani.
Yep.
So he, although he had Bush still on the go at the time, it's about 2005, wrote and started a new band called Institute and wrote an album. It was produced by a guy called Paige Hamilton, who I really rate quite highly. And it's sort of 2010 alternative metal, but hadn't listened to it in a long time. Going back to it introspectively, give it a 7 bananas. When I listened back to it, I actually felt like, although the standout songs were immense on it, that the rest of the album wasn't so great. It was one of those ones I went back to and was like, actually, the rest of the album's not too bad. Maybe not as bad, but better than I kind of felt it was when I listened to it all those years ago. So I just wanted to throw that one in there. Nothing else really, man. I've just been either working on my own music or collab stuff. Obviously, no TV, no new games. So that's pretty much me. Just a bit of hip hop and a bit of metal. So.
Deadly.
Have you been seeing these battles on Instagram Live? I haven't managed to catch one because they're all on like Eastern Standard Time in America, and I haven't been able to stay up late enough. But there was a couple of I think there was I think Timbaland was on the other night. Timbaland was battling somebody on Instagram.
Was he? I know he's been battling Swiss Beats. Like
beat
battles with
Swiss Beats.
Swizzy.
Yeah.
Swizzy.
But I'm trying to. I want to catch one of those and check it out. But they've been doing them quite regularly. I'm waiting for Pharrell to get on there.
Yeah, well, he says he's not battling. That's not in his nature or something like that was his tweet. But I have seen there was 2 folk battling the other day. I can't remember who it was. Just I saw it at a glance. I never watched it, but I do know what you're referring to. But what I will say is just on the back of the Timbaland Swiss Beats one, check out the beat battles because Swizzy he makes trash beats. Don't care what anyone says. And Timbaland's just like dropping these absolutely. But I don't think Swizzy's that hot, man. He's made a couple of bangers. I don't think he's all that. And yeah, he bangs Alicia Keys. You would take your hat off for that. But like, come on, let's be honest here. Let me get a beer. 2 seconds. Well,
I think Timbaland is better, but I don't know. I think Swiss Beats definitely has some good stuff.
Ooh, controversial.
I didn't think Swizzy was all that, but hey, each their own.
Here, boys, those beers look bra.
Do they look bra?
They fuck it. Said Mike staring at me blankly, like. But much like our own feature.
Bra, no?
Beautiful. Fucking beautiful. It was how casual Mac looked when he did it. It was just like, bro. Pardon me.
We got a good one from Jay West on here.
Oh shit! Do you want to read that one out?
Cooking with previously used grease. I do it all the time, but someone recently remarked that they thought it was strange to filter and reuse it. So cooking with previously used grease, bro or no, that's definitely a Southern American thing because I have some family members that do that.
It's not so much a thing over here. You get save like the stock in that, but I've never seen anyone over here like saving the grease to reuse while cooking. Andy?
Technically, you can use a cast iron pan. That's essentially what you do with a cast iron pan because it's porous. Yep. So you season the pan, and all the cooking that you do over time essentially is what's called flavoring the pan. So I can understand it from that perspective. You also can save things like bacon fat, all that kind of stuff, and then reuse them again. I'm going to say bra, because
As soon as I get to be tasty as fuck.
see the other thing
yeah.
is that's where the flavor is, man. It's like when you cook and you know you deglaze a pan, kind of scraping that stuff from the bottom. That's where all the flavor is. Do you know what I mean? And like the fat, yeah, that's a bra from me.
Is that the same if I don't clean my George Foreman?
Not so much. No. Oh yeah, kind of, but
I'll say bra. I'm going to say bra. I've never say no to Big J West.
No, that's definitely, bro. I remember after school, I used to go to my aunt's house, and it was kind of a great aunt, and they would make fresh, like, fried chicken. I know that's kind of stereotypical, but make fresh fried chicken and then use the grease for like other shit like the next day, and I'd be like, man, that's super super fucking southern. So I'm gonna go with that.
Bra.
say for example,
bra,
see if you start cooking something. Say you're cooking like you're frying a bit, say pancetta, something like that. You don't need to put oil in the pan because of the fat that's on the meat. But what you do is once you've cooked that, is you use the residue of that fat to then continue cooking what you need to cook in that pan. So
I'm
essentially,
fucking
you're still
starving.
reusing grease anyway. So yeah, bra for me all day, man.
All right,
Take
there you
that.
go, Jake. For all of fame. Stephen Tosh, he sent in a picture. Has been making his rounds on the internet. It's a tweet from Petty Clegg where it says, "My boss turned herself into a potato on Microsoft Teams meeting and can't figure out how to turn the setting off. So she was just stuck like this for the entire meeting." So
That was brilliant.
I'm not roll with that. That's something that I would do, and I would try to make like a serious statement. But I'm like a fucking potato bobbing on.
I've not done any video conferences with work yet.
Really?
No, we just do it on like via the phone. We done that. I had that Skype quiz last week that I got absolutely fucking leathered at. That was good fun. But he also Stephen Tosh's last one was actually to go with that one was Mike Dot's Wi-Fi last week. Will he be on tonight or just a static picture?
Hopefully, I haven't frozen too many times tonight.
No, you seem to be all right this week.
Do you know what's crazy is I can't believe you're eating pizza there and it's got pineapples on it.
What? Don't even insult me that way.
I actually got if you check the tape, I actually looked annoyed there when he said that, just in case it was true. I was like, "The fuck's going on here?"
Absolutely.
Mike Dot's Wi-Fi was a no. So it happens when you live in the sticks.
Sticks, man. No, I think it was more hardware issues than my laptop that I was using.
Standard mic.
Hey.
Ali Cook says wearing a collared shirt under a hoodie feels wrong. So wrong. Yeah, that's a no from me. I think he means like a work shirt rather than a polo shirt, I would imagine.
Okay. Yeah, that does feel wrong. I'm going to go no with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say no, but one of my favourite things to do is come home from work and obviously I've got maybe like a shirt with a t-shirt underneath, but just to take the jeans off, put joggies on, and then spend the rest of the day in the shirt anyway. Okay.
Nice. I've been living in my tracky bottoms. I've not actually.
I do it all the time.
I was going to say, I saw something that said now you call sweatpants soft pants, and then like jeans or trousers hard pants. I'm going to go put my soft pants on.
Yeah.
That's now my work gear. That's I didn't realise like how quickly I went through t-shirts as well. Fuck it.
Some not trousers like suit trousers, but like pants that I would normally wear to work, or trousers I would normally wear to work. I feel disgusting in my home with these things on.
You are disgusting. So say a no for that one.
I bet there's some hardcore folk out there though. I bet there's some hardcore folk who are like, I've got to work from home, but I'll get up every morning, same time as I always would, shave, put a shirt and tie on, and sit and actually do my fucking job in my house like that. I bet there's some kind of out there that does that.
Here's one for you. All these people who are shaving their heads because they're locked down.
Way ahead of the curve there, weren't we, Mike? We've already got shears. It's no problem.
But I don't understand it. Of these, I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I won't see my barber. I'm like, you're not going to see Andy. Put a fucking hat on, you absolutely mort.
If anybody's needing their head shaved, come see me. I'll shave it for you.
Fair deal. You
With a
tie
mat.
your razors to the end of a broom and just poke it out the window.
It's hilarious because like I was like I want to cut my hair out, and I've just been wearing my hat like all the time. And then the other day, Connie got like a real good glimpse of me. She was like, "I mean, if you want to shave it, it's fine." I was like,
Let's have a look, Mike. Let's have a look. Let's have a
Shaved
look.
up.
Oh, you shaved it? Ah.
Yeah, I had to. I was getting bad. It was the longest my hair has been in probably about 10 years.
Oh, really? Fuck.
Yeah, it was really bad. I got the.
I'm
bush
going
going.
to end up coming out with this with like blonde hair or something. Like, we're going to get bored. Mega's going to order some hair dye on the internet and boom.
Yeah, but I don't understand like why it's such a big deal for people shaving their heads. Why don't you just like grow it out? If you're not going to work, just grow it out and leave
Well,
it if you have hair.
That's what I've been doing. I've just literally keeping my hat on. That's about it. It's a no from me, if you hadn't guessed.
Definitely no. Bobby Parker. Oh, sorry. What do you
Yeah.
say, Andy?
I'm going to say probably a no.
Right, we'll do one more after this because there's something I want to do before we get to the end of the show as well.
Yeah, we got
Do
two.
one more. You got two more?
Yeah, Bobby Parker being on annual leave during work from home. This is what I asked earlier. Being on annual.
I'm gonna say, bro, if you're prepared enough to just be able to sit in your house, then why the fuck not?
Yeah, definitely
Bro.
a bro for it.
Definitely a bro.
Yeah.
And
Why not?
a man, yeah. Bros, it's been a very bro episode.
Yeah, I know. We're being positive.
Amanda McClintock writes tofu. I have no idea what tofu is.
Tofu is like the substitute kind of. Isn't it kind of a substitute protein thing that they use in vegan and vegetarian dishes?
Oh,
I've never had.
imagine.
I imagine.
No, I've no. I imagine it's not great, but I'll say bro. If it's seasoned enough, I'll eat anything.
Hey.
Hey.
If it's
Mike,
like
what you
pork chicken and that, I'm going to say no.
You know, and you like the corn nuggies though.
Yeah, they're all right, but like the chicken breast things, they kind of taste sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't
That's a
get
bit
it.
weird. Yeah. Fair enough. Mike, what about you?
I'll go bro. You know, the veggies got to eat something. So go bro. It's not for
Slide
me.
that into them. So I just want to do this one quickly because I know we're meant to try to keep it quick tonight. But Mike had something in the notes. I think it was just more for me and some of our listeners. It was like, what's your Mount Rushmore of comic book movies? And I know Andy will have absolutely no dog in this fight at all. But
Did I put that in there?
yeah, well, you must have done, aye. So I messaged a couple of people who I know are big comic book heads to see what their thoughts were. And I'm going to put this up on the Facebook page as well, just to see if we can get it up and running. Was Big Stosh. He gave me his top 4. So was the Spider-Verse. Mike, you've seen that one, eh?
Good
Yep.
movie. Very good movie.
Captain America Civil War, the first Avengers film, and Logan. That was like the last Hugh Jackman Wolverine movie. He went on to give me a lot of information as to why, which I won't read out right now, but I can release the information upon the Facebook. The second person I asked was former guest and brother Paul Patrick. His 4. He was trying to get me to shave my head earlier. He got told to bolt. Paul puts Endgame, Infinity War, Winter Soldier, and Ragnarok. And I said, what are your reasons? And he just replied, because I'm right. So Paul doesn't
Nobody's
give a
really going to
fuck.
argue with Paul, are they?
Nah. My favourite response goes to a friend of mine, Alex Hawkins, who done the Maurice cartoon. So he actually put it in terms of the presidents on Mount Rushmore. And I'll take a screenshot of his justification and I'll post it in the comments on the post later. But yeah, Mike, I don't know if you've actually watched 4 comic book films to give a Mount Rushmore.
I have. Well, Logan is definitely up on mine. I love that movie. I love the kind of spin they put on it. Like an aging superhero. Love that. Love Wolverine anyway. By the way, I watched the other Wolverine movie. I think, is it just called Wolverine?
Yeah. They're bad. Oh,
Very
they're
good.
all terrible, mate. Yeah.
One where he goes to Japan.
Really shit. Really shit, man.
So I would say Logan. I would say Endgame. Infinity War, and there's I think it's Iron Man 2.
Is that? That's the one with Mickey. That's the one with Mickey Rourke.
Iron Man 1. That was
Iron Man 1.
Yeah, those are
Fair
mine.
enough. I put Winter Soldier, Infinity War, The Dark Knight, the one with Heath Ledger in it.
Does those
comic
count?
book film. Yeah, it's a comic book film, man.
Oh, I'm thinking of just the. I may have to do my list.
Right, okay, what we'll do is we'll post ours up as well. If you can come up with one, what we'll do is I'll put it all together in the post. Andy, you don't have to worry about it, mate.
I'm not.
Who's your favourite superhero, Andy? Larry Shankland.
Well, that's a good question. Who's my favourite superhero? It's kind of tough because I was never into that stuff. Like,
you strike me as a Batman guy.
Like, the Turtles were a comic, weren't they?
Oh yeah, Turtles were good.
Oh, I love the Turtles.
I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so go with that.
Just all four of them. You the Master Shredder.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite turtle?
Probably Michelangelo.
He was kind of a pothead, right? Is that what they were trying to portray? He's so pot a lot.
Is that you trying to say, Mike?
Nothing. I'm just saying. He just seemed like a burnout. He was skateboarding, eat pizza all day, and occasionally kick some ass. He was like, all right, dude.
Aye, and what's your point, caller?
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with potheads. You know, want to smoke weed, go smoke weed. Now's the time to smoke weed. Actually, we won't drug test you.
Yeah, you smoke a lot though.
That's true. Right, well, me and Michael post our finalised list, and I'll pop the post up on the Facebook page.
How much does a mutant turtle need to smoke to get high? Do you think? Do you think it needs just like a whole ounce to the head? Or?
That's something we should say for the Patreon. That's a discussion that's going to take some time.
Say half a bar. I wouldn't know what a bar is anyway. So
me and my mate Alex once, I sent him a photo of what was meant to be the new Batmobile, and he goes, "It's only a Batmobile if it can fit 10,000 bats inside." And then I went and actually tried to work out the maths on the size of like the volume inside the car to see if it determined if it was a Batmobile or not. So I'm more than happy to discuss the effects of marijuana on a mutating turtle. And welcome to my TED Talk. Like, right, beautiful. Right, will we wrap that shit up there?
Yes.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for bearing with us. Thank you to those who have checked us out on the YouTube channel. This will be how we're doing it for the foreseeable, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Wash your hands. Stay safe.
That's what he just put on his hand. We know what he's waiting to once he finishes this call.
Oh, he's froze. Mike's froze. Take a screenshot. How do you do? Oh, shit. Fuck.
What did you?
You froze and like the best smile. You froze like mid laugh, and it was fucking hilarious. So hopefully that comes up on the.
We'll see if we pick it up on the recording. I don't know. It's funny actually when I listened back last week, I was like, "Oh, Mike's glitching like fuck," and then I listened back to the audio through the video, and I was like, "He wasn't even glitching there at all."
Oh, really?
So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Maybe it was your Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Right, you can find us on Facebook, Podbean, and YouTube, Monkey Sword Fight Podcast.
Put your mic down.
Fuck.
Amateur hour.
Okay, now.
It's only my second time.
2 years, 2.5 years I've been trying to whip you boys into shape. Fucking Mike's pointed up there and everything. What's going on, Jordan? Come on.
Other mics too.
Oh, fuck. Right. You can find us on Facebook, Podbean, YouTube, Monkey Sword Fight Podcast. You can email us at monkeyswordfightpodcast.com. I am on Twitter at WagwanPatrice.
I am also on Twitter at _mdots.
And I'm still there at Macapella.
Take care of yourselves and stay safe. Peace. Oh.